Hey, my name's Adrian, and after managing $10 million in ad spend, I'm going to show you the best way I've found that helps me align budgets with business outcomes or business growth or whatever the main KPI your client, your business has, how to align your ad spend um, to, I guess, generate growth in that particular KPI. Now, if you've watched a few of my videos already, you'll probably find that I spend a lot more time in Google Sheets and outside of these platforms when analyzing data. And the reason being is, you know, although these platforms are good at measuring and reporting on, more of those vanity metrics such as click-through rates, CPCs, CPMs, right? These platforms are very bad at reporting on, conversions, revenue, those CPL, those metrics that really, I guess, are the key metrics to generating business growth, right? And there's a million reasons why these platforms are bad at doing that. The main one I will say is it's due to attribution. Okay, and you've probably heard this, a million times, but these platforms, they're just bad at attributing and they're getting worse. And I'll give you a quick example, right? Let's just say your Google Ads, account reports 50 conversions and your Facebook account reports 50 conversions. You have a look at your leads or total leads or your purchases for that month and you see 50. And you wonder, wait, shouldn't I have gotten 100? And it's because there's always going to be overlap, right? These platforms are greedy, and they really like over attributing conversions and results to themselves. So, for example, if someone sees your Facebook ad, but then they go and they convert via a brand search ad, each platform will attribute the conversion to themselves. And that's why you get a lot of overlap. So for bigger business decisions, right, and for bigger marketing decisions, I should say, such as aligning ad spend to business outcomes, that's where I like making those decisions in sheets. And the way I do that is basically making a bit of a mixed modeling report. So I put all of my ad spend and all the key metrics that I want to look at in this sheet, and then have one North Star. And a lot of the time that North Star is your total lead volume or your total cost per lead or cost per conversion or whatever the main KPI is. That's what I make my decisions on. So let me show you what that looks like. So I'm in one of these reports, okay? And, this is real. I've just obviously blanked out the names, but the data is real. Okay, so let me show you what, as I said, this looks like in reality. So at the top, you'll see spend. This is total spend across all platforms. Then you've got, in this case, marketing qualified leads. That's the actual lead count according to their CRM. In this scenario, in this example, the CRM is Salesforce. Okay, so every month we get those numbers. This isn't too important. This is just, I like looking at this. This is brand impressions or brand searches according to Google Search Console. So it gives me a good idea of, okay, if I'm spending more money on awareness, are brand searches increasing? The answer is yes. That's a good sign. Next one is website traffic, similar reason. Then cost per website visitor, conversion rate over marketing qualified lead, just kind of my conversion rate here. But then the main North Star is total cost per MQL, okay? And this is total cost per MQL across all platforms. So what I mean by that is it's total media spend divided by total MQLs. And this is the North Star. This is the metric that really dictates all of my decisions. Okay. Now, then when you kind of scroll down, you start to see, paid search spend, in-platform conversions, Bing, Facebook conversion campaigns, meta traffic campaigns, YouTube, TikTok, display, all of these other channels. I see the detailed metrics that I want to look at, right? So let me show you how in this scenario, this actually guided our decisions. So let me move myself. Okay, so here you'll see cost per MQL down here, right, starts to decrease significantly, right? So it goes from, what it was last year, roughly $90, $70, and then this year you see it start to drop to, $50, and the last month it actually dropped down to $36, which was a great win. And how we actually got that to happen was by reallocating budget based on the platform that was driving the best result. So in this scenario, you'll see, if we scroll down to Facebook, okay, you'll see, okay, well, in the new year, so January, Facebook spend increased quite significantly to $30,000, more than $30,000, right? Before that, we're spending roughly, at one point 10,000, another point, 20,000, but never 30,000. And it really was this one decision that allowed us to scale down our cost per MQL and also increase the volume, right? But it's about systematically adjusting budget, waiting and seeing how that materializes, and then saying this was a good decision or a bad decision. And that's where you got to be patient, and you can't listen to what the platform's saying. You've got to, zoom out and have a North Star and say, okay, how has this decision impacted the key KPI? And that's very important. Okay. So then you scroll down and you'll see, I'll give you where did we actually reallocate the budget from? And it was from Google, right? We were spending $20,000, dollars on paid search. And then you see in the new year, this significantly reduces to $10,000. And it was just because we noticed when we start, I don't have it here, but when we started looking at attribution in the CRM based off, based off channel MQLs, like MQLs that were being attributed to specific channels, we just noticed Facebook was delivering a better result. Okay, and even in platform conversions. I know I said don't listen to in-platform conversions, but at the end of the day, it is also, I'm not saying completely ignore it. It helps you gauge things, but you've just got to zoom out and then make sure that conclusion is actually accurate and driving business outcomes, right? If you zoom out and you see, all right, in-platform conversions are increasing and in-platform CPOs are decreasing, but then you go and you zoom out and you see your cost per MQL just rising, that's where you start to question things, right? This scenario, that wasn't the case. So we made that decision to reallocate budget. And what you notice, MQLs increased, total cost per MQL decreased. And the other thing as well was, with that in mind, spending more money on these paid social or Facebook campaigns, right? Additionally, we have traffic campaigns where we spent more money here, right? And you'll also see YouTube, we started to spend more money, a little less here. And also TikTok, we started to spend more money. These awareness driving campaigns or channels, right? Top of funnel channels bringing more awareness to this particular brand. What we noticed was that started to materialize into more people searching up the brand. And that's when you look at this Google Search Console brand impressions, you see in the new year, this significantly has risen, right? It's increased from what it was last year, it peaked at 10K, now we're seeing 13,000, periods of 13,000 website searches, right? And that's great. That's fantastic. We know that's working, right? So I hope that helped. I just wanted to explain how zooming out allows you to actually align budgets more effectively than just being siloed in your channel. Because as I've shared in previous videos, being siloed in your channel and making decisions just based off those in-platform results is a sure way to tank your business, all right? Whereas zooming out and having a mixed view of everything, that's where you can start to allocate budgets effectively, where we have in this scenario, and it's just continuing to benefit this business. We don't care what the in-platform stuff says. The business doesn't care. Ultimately, all we care about is that North Star, which is cost per MQL, and more specifically, total volume in MQLs. That's what we care about. And we put the best paid media strategy in place to achieve business outcomes. So, as I said, I hope that helps, and I'll see you in the next one.